welcome back, everybody, of the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. You are watching Open, and we thank you, appreciate you, and I love you too. Our next guest is the program director for Van Cortlandt Park Alliances, the Urban Eco Team, the internship program, and she's here today to shed some light on the impact the program is having on our youth. So please welcome to the show, Paulina Mohamed Ocasio. Paulina, welcome to the show.
Hi, Dr. Bob Lee. Thank you for having me. So I guess I could start by explaining what Eco Teens is all about.
I was going to ask you that and tell us about the Van Cortlandt Park Alliance. How long have you been working with that, and what's it all about?
So the Alliance is a nonprofit here in the Bronx. We work in Van Cortlandt Park. We really focus on restoring and educating the general public about the natural areas in the park. We offer free programming to the general public, and we definitely work a lot with Parks Department to maintain the health of the park. The Urban Eco Teens program has been around for 11 years. We're going into our 11th year. I co-founded it back in 2012. So I've been with the Alliance for that long. And the idea is just to really get young people out in the park to explore different kinds of careers in the green field while fostering their development as young people that's seeking, a college career or just overall general careers.
What are some of the careers that can come out of the park?
So it's great you asked that question, because we just started our alumni database, building that out. And I got in touch with, well, they're not young people anymore, they're adults from 2012. And some of them are teachers in the STEM field for elementary school students. One intern is actually working for Parks Department as a gardener. The idea is not to really force them into this field, but literally and metaphorically to plant that seed of awareness for environmental sustainability and stewardship.
Plant the seed, shed some light on it.
Yes, exactly. Add some water, let it grow,
add water.
let it spread and share with others. Even if they end up becoming police officers or neurosciences, which we have actually one intern that studied at Johns Hopkins, they might not plant trees actively, but they know the benefits of, having trees and green in your city. So that's the idea.
That's great. And what are the age groups that are allowed to participate in this internship program?
We look for rising 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. So that's 16 to 18. The magic really happens in our program in the summertime. That's where we meet all of these high school students, and they come from all over the Bronx. Sometimes we get Upper Manhattan, Lower Yonkers, and we really get to know them over the summer, and it's 7 weeks long. Yeah.
Do you have a outreach program? Do you go into the schools or into the community?
So it's happening right now. Between February and May, we're actively, heavily recruiting. So it's just contacting all the high schools, cold calling, using our contacts. Pre-COVID, we would go into the schools, do presentations with science classes. Now everything is virtual. So we have our virtual open house. We're on the phone a lot. We're using our alumni. They're the best resource to reach out. They tell their friends, they tell their families. So we're definitely in contact with them all the time.
So what sort of projects do these interns work on?
Oh, a lot. We have so much going on in the summertime. So the main focus is forest restoration, trail maintenance, gardening, and horticulture. So in each little group, we have projects. So for example, when we had that huge storm in 2020, all of our trails were washed out. So our interns picked up tools and went out into the park and just restored those trails. So those are the types of things we do. We have lots of non-Indigenous species that are in our park. For example, water chestnut in Mills Pond They get in there and they pull them out.
Wow.
And I have to mention, the best thing about our program is, they're not just out there working. They're also learning, actively learning. And we partner with Manhattan College. So they get the science behind of what they're doing. And they earn 3 college credits tuition free.
Excellent. Yeah.
That they can use in their choice of college later on.
That's great. I used to work on this this program, maintaining trails and going through the woods and looking at identifying different species of plants and trees. And I remember some of the people in charge said, we got to pull that tree down. If it was a rotted tree, to maintain the path and to create some safety in the area, they had to pull that tree down so it wouldn't fall down on people who were walking through the woods.
Right.
There's something
so
like
that's
that.
The type of thing we point out when we're out there. Dead, diseased, dying trees. Why is it important to remove it? Why is it important to leave it, for the ecosystem? So all of those things we cover.
Now, you take applications?
Yes, we do.
So how do we get involved in the program?
Go to the website, vancortland.org. You click on the internship page and everything you want to know is right there about the program. We also offer a second youth internship, Garden to Market, if we got kids that are interested in learning about food justice issues. So everything's right there on the website.
Garden to Market, I like that. You know where it comes from, straight out of the garden, right to the market. Sometimes you go to the supermarket, you don't know the in-betweens. Where did this come from?
Exactly. And it's surprising. It's like, where do my tomatoes come from? The grocery store, So, yeah.
So what do you teach some of the interns?
So we do, we try to tie it to what they're doing so they have an understanding, right? So one thing is complementing the other. Yeah. So if we are doing forest restoration for that week, we're covering tree identification. So we do an entire workshop in tree ID.
I like that.
If we're working in the lake, the pond, we do macro and micro invertebrates that live in the pond and they actually get to go out there and do experiments. Trail maintenance, we learn about erosion, how it could destroy trails and how to combat it. When they're up in the nursery, so Van Cortlandt Park has 2 plant nurseries that provide plants to the rest of the city. So we're actually fortunate to get into the nursery and they learn the ins and outs of horticulture, how to propagate, what it takes to maintain a nursery. So those are just some of the things we learn. And sprinkled in there, because career development is important for our young people at this age. We do cover resume and cover letter building, interview skills, things like that.
From beginning to end, we've got you covered.
Yes.
Now you mentioned about water chestnuts. You said you pull them out of the pond?
Yes.
What for what reason?
So they are invasive. What happens, you'll just get this huge bloom of water chestnut and they will completely cover the top. Yeah, and that's not good for oxygen flow for the life beneath. So because when they start to die, they sink and that just causes a big, nitrogen bloom, which is not good for any water system. So they get in there and they pull pounds and pounds of this stuff out.
Wow. Yeah. Now, if I was a kid, I would get involved in something like that. And then you said
they love it.
Yeah. And then you said you take samples of the pond and you put it under a microscope and find out what's teeming under this.
Yep, exactly. We work with our research scientist that's on staff, so he goes in there, we look for snails. Last summer, they were looking at snail poop to see what was in the poop. Really interesting stuff. And they love it. It's very hands-on. So we're finding different kinds of creatures, mayflies, dragonflies. So it's really, really
cool. That you don't ordinarily see in the concrete jungle, huh?
No. No. It's a really unique experience for young people. I always say it's more than just a job. It's an actual experience. Like you'll leave here feeling really good.
What makes you feel good about the job that you do?
I've been doing this for 15 plus years and I'm actually a product of a youth program like this. And I absolutely love our interns that come through. They're part of the family. It goes beyond just showing up 9 to 4. It's just keeping in contact with them and to see them grow. And I absolutely love that. It's the interns.
What's the website we can go to get more information on what you're doing?
VanCortland.org.
VanCortland.org.
Yep.
Paulina Mohamed Ocasio, Program Director, Urban Eco Teen Internship Program. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We love what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Are you into sports?
No, I am not.
Well, check this out for a while. Look, stay tuned. Bobby
Yes.
C, he has the latest of the world of sports coming up next.